Hi, welcome to Sue's Stretching Yoga 50 and over. I'm in the mountains right now, so it's kind of a fun reset or different. And we're just going to really try to stretch it out. That's pretty much the whole point of why I'm doing these videos, is to get a good stretch in. So we're going to go ahead and start off in a very quickly mountain pose. Put your hands to the sky, and then we're going to really go into a tree pose. So take your right leg and put it up against your left calf and focus on something in front of you in the tree pose. If you're a little wobbly, don't worry about it. It's okay to kind of come in and out of it. This is going to be a 30-minute class, and if you'd like to subscribe, that would be great. Okay, so let's go back into the tree pose. Bring our hands out like a tree, our limbs. Put your right leg up on your left calf. This is just a little balancing pose in the beginning, okay? And then we're going to switch sides and put your left leg up on your right calf. Bring your hands to the sky or bring them out like a tree. Actually easier to balance this way anyway. And again, always try to focus on something in front of you. Having your eyes in a focal point helps to keep your balance. Okay, then we're going to go down into a lunge. So take your right leg, put it towards the right wall, bend your knee, and then I want you to bring your hands to the sky. And here you're going to be stretching out. The point of this one is to stretch out the front of your left thigh. Okay, so you're going to put bending your knee here for stability. Put your hands in the sky, and I want you to spread your legs far enough so that you really feel a good stretch in your left thigh. Okay, and then you can just keep your legs wide and then turn to the left side, and we'll switch it up. And we're going to do this one 2 more times, so we'll do each pose about 3 times. Sometimes we don't really get all three in. So you want to get down low enough. This is actually a high lunge. We're going to do a low lunge next. You want to go high enough or wide enough so that you really feel the stretch in your right thigh. Okay, we're just going to go back into the same thing on the right side. So this will be the second time. It's just kind of waking up your muscles slowly to stretch each one. Okay, come over to the other side. So now I'm facing the left wall, stretching out the front of the right thigh. And also, you can start to feel your calf stretching on this one, which is really good. Okay, the last one. Again, this is the high lunge. Next, we'll go into the low lunge. A little different stretch. Okay, let's switch to the left. Go into a little bit slower. Okay. Now I want to come down into the low lunge. So basically, you want to do the same thing. Go to the right, but you're going to come down a lot lower, and your hands can come down to the mat, and you're going a lot lower. You're bending your right knee. Your hands are down on the mat. So here you're feeling a much different stretch in your right side. Also, almost in the front of your hip. Okay. Turn to the other side, do the same thing. Okay. One more time. Okay. Right now, I want you to come down on all fours to tabletop. So your back is straight. Your hands are down, your knees are down. And we're just going to do some cat cow here to stretch out. So drop your back, the middle of your back down into an arch and put your head up. And then we're going to come the opposite way. Go back down. One time. So this is the cat cow, stretching out our back. Good to get some flexion in your back. We're going to work on our lower extremities here, stretching them, and we're going to be stretching out our back as well. Okay. I'll be right there. I have to grab my next. Okie doke. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to go back down there. Sorry, I had to get up for a second. And we're going to come back into tabletop where we were, and we're going to go into pigeon from here. So pigeon is to stretch out our hips. And basically, I want you to stay in the tabletop, bring your right leg, your right knee into your right wrist, bring your foot in, 45, 50, 60-degree angle, and then I want you to just bring your head up, look ahead, straight ahead. Don't look at the camera. I don't want you to be twisting your neck. I'll walk you through these. I'll talk you through these. And this is to really stretch out your hip, which is obviously important for flexibility and hiking and skiing and or whatever you're doing right now, walking. Most people tend to hold a lot of stress or just tightness in their hips. So really important to stretch them back out. Okay, then very slowly, I want you to come back into tabletop. Bring your left knee to your left wrist. Bring your foot out to about a 45, 50-degree angle. Pull your right leg all the way back so you really can feel the stretch in your left hip. And I want you to keep your eyes up, looking forward, straight ahead. You're going to bring your head up, of course, it's not down. And just sit into this one. Really kind of, you should feel a stretch right here. Just sit into it. We're gonna go back into this one 2 more times. Super important to stretch out our hips. Okay, slowly take that left leg back, very slowly, and then we're gonna come up to the right leg, right knee to right wrist. Keep your torso up, your hands, now so your arms are straight. Your hands are on the mat, your arms are straight, your torso is up, and your eyes are looking, your gaze is forward. If you ever want to take a sip of water, please go ahead. Okay. Left knee to left wrist. We're going to do this one more time. And then we're going to come into the boat position. Haven't done that very often. So it's really kind of it does help to strengthen your core. Okay? Put your right hand to your right wrist. When we do all these exercises, I really try to tell you not to tweak your neck around to look at me or the camera. I try to walk you through it so you don't have to ever really be turning your head when you're not supposed to. It just can sometimes really bother your neck muscles. So I like to just have you look straight ahead. And I'm hoping I'm walking and talking you through it clearly enough so that you don't have to look to the camera to see exactly what I'm doing. So we're on the left side, left knee to left wrist, and then this will be the last pigeon stretch. Okay, after this one, we're going to come onto our bottoms, turn. I want you to just sit up, have your legs stretched out in front of you. Keep your legs nice and long. Touch your toes. We're going to do a little stretching here. Sit up nice and straight. And then we're going to basically raise our legs so that we're going to form a boat with our body. And if you want to hang on to your knees, you can. It makes it easier. If you don't need to hang on to your knees and just put your hands out, this is, as you can probably tell immediately, is harder to do for your stomach. Okay. I can tell I really need that one because my stomach starts vibrating. Okay. We're doing it the second time, and I can't hold it too long. After the boat, we're going to do this one more time. After the boat, we're going to turn over and continue working on the core and do the plank. Okay, and then after we do the plank, probably do that 2 times. We're going to go and we're going to stand up, we're going to do 15 squats because we need to keep these upper thigh muscles strong. Okay, so here's the boat again. We're gonna raise our feet. If you wanna hold on to the back of your legs, it does make it a little easier, a lot easier. Still gives you a workout. Hold, hold, keep holding. Okay, drop your legs. Come on over, turn over onto your stomach. We're gonna lie down. No, we're not. We're gonna come into tabletop, okay? And then we're going to, so your hands are basically under your shoulders, right under your shoulders. Spread your fingers wide on the mat, stretch your legs out, and then we're just gonna come into like an ironing board with your body into plank. Okay, so we're up, and I'll tell you when I'm going to go down. Feel free to go down before this or after. Okay, come to your knees. And then you can stretch yourself back all the way. Put your hands in front of you. We're going to come into plank one more time. Okay? Hold it. Okay. And spread your legs. We're going to come into child's pose to stretch out your core. Put your head down on the mat. Your hands stretched out in front of you. Bring your bottom all the way back over your heels. And feel a really good stretch in your arms and your middle and your torso. This is child's pose. Okay, while we're in this pose, what I'd like you to do is before we get up, is I want you to do, this is going to be screaming tiger toes. It's really good for the bottom of your feet. I want you to bend your toes under your foot. So you're basically kind of resting on the balls of your toes. So the ball of your foot, your toe portion. And then just sit up. Put your bottom on your heels. This helps to stretch out the plantar fascia. After this, we're going to stand up. Okay, so release those toes gently. Just go slowly here, really slow. And then we're going to come up. Always come up one leg at a time. So if you just put one leg out and start to come up and then bring your other leg out. This is a safe way to come up. We're going to do 15 squats here. So I like to have mine go about distance apart, my feet. And then I don't want you to come down too far, so I can even turn to the side. Just come down like this, just a bit. Want your knees, I don't want your knees to go over your toes. Kind of think of yourself as sitting back in a chair, but not quite that far. We'll do 15 of those. So, 1, and I want you to really focus on coming up slowly, and you can even put your hands on your thighs if you want. You can feel your thighs kind of building muscle. So, 2, 3. You don't want to hurry through these. Take this opportunity here to really build your thigh muscles. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 13. And here's the last one. 16. Okay. Put your legs spread wide. We're going to do a wide-legged forward fold. And then to stretch out our calves, I'm going to go into down dog. Basically, put your hands down, put your feet in back, and put your head in between your arms. Have your bottom in the air. This is downward dog. And if you can pedal your feet a little bit and get them as close to the mat as you can, you should feel a good stretch in your calves. Hold the leg down a bit. Go back and forth a little. Okay. Going down on your knees. We're gonna do some stretching down here. So when you come down to a seated position, we're gonna do a seated forward fold and then a seated wide-legged forward fold. So here's a seated forward fold. Just put your legs straight out in front of you. And then come forward. You want to make your toes active? You can grab your toes. It's okay if you have a bend in your knees. Okay. Then we want to do a wide-legged forward fold. So spread your legs as wider than your mat, as wide as you can. And then come forward. And this is super important, this wide-legged forward fold and just the regular forward fold. The wide-legged forward fold is stretching out your inner thighs. So we haven't stretched the inner thighs yet. So this is important to do. Come down very slowly. You don't want to push it. Come down slowly and then hold it. And come on up slowly. We'll go down one more time slowly. Okay, I'm going back down. And then next, since we're down here on the floor, I want you to grab a block. We're gonna lie down on our back. We're gonna do a bridge. Get our back stretched out a bit here. So just put your knees to the sky, bent. Your head is down, your arms are down. You're gonna raise your hips and put the block on the lowest position under your sacrum, which is right at the bottom of your back. And just let the stretch of your back. It feel really good to you. Okay, take the block out and then come on down. Straighten out your legs. Take your right leg and grab it by the calf. Let it go straight up into the air. Straight up. And then pull it towards you with your hands. This is a supine leg stretch. And you're going to grab it with your hands. And try to keep your knees straight here. And then I want you to flex your toes back towards your face so that you're stretching. You should feel a really good stretch in your calves here. So go ahead and do that. Hold that stretch. Okay, now release your toes, unflex them. Just take your head and raise it towards your knee. Do that 10 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, drop that leg. We're going to raise the left leg. Straight in the air. Keep your knees straight as you can. You're lying down now. Your leg is straight in the air, your toes are relaxed. And I want you to just pull your leg towards you as much as you can so you feel a gentle stretch in the back of your left thigh. Hold that there where you feel a stretch. Okay. Now I want you to flex those toes so the toes are coming back towards your face. This is a great stretch for your calves. You should feel it almost immediately in your calves. I can. Just stretch your calves out. Keep your toes flexed. Your knee is bent here slightly, not fully. Okay, relax your foot. Now we're gonna do head to knee. I would recommend that you put your hands behind your ears, kind of help your head, so you don't want to stress your neck. So we'll do 10 of these, okay? Your head is going toward your left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Put your legs down, get a good stretch in, just let your body relax here for a moment. Next one, you're gonna sit up slowly, and we're going to do bend your right leg, put your foot into your left thigh, and your knee is down. Actually, if you want to grab some water, go ahead. I'm in the mountains this week. It's very dry. So put your right foot into your left thigh, have your right leg down, grab your calf with your hands, and try to bring your head towards your knee. This is giving our outer hip, upper thigh a stretch. We haven't stretched this yet. Okay, come on up. Switch sides. Put your left leg into your right thigh. Grab your right calf with your 2 hands. Take your time to get into it. And then put your head towards your right knee. Okay. Now just put both legs out, grab your feet, bring your head down in between your legs, or wherever you can get it. Next, I want us to lie down. We're going to go into Happy Baby, which should feel really good on your back. Go into Happy Baby, and then you will come into a resting pose of Shavasana. So grab your big toe with I grab it with my index finger and the middle finger. Grab your toes. Put your feet into so your feet should be up towards the sky. Your knees are bent, your legs are open, and you can rock really gently on your sacrum. It feels really great. Okay? Put your feet down, stretch them out. Put your palms sky. And we're in Shavasana, or the final resting pose. Okay, and then when you're ready, roll to one side, from your right side, or whatever side is more comfortable for you. And we're just gonna sit up and put your legs in Indian style, one leg in front of the other. Try to put your back straight up. And I want to thank you very much for going onto the YouTube video and for subscribing if you did, or if you want to. That would be great. And I really appreciate your opening up my channel. Again, this is stretching yoga. I focus on stretching almost exclusively with some strengthening, because I think we all desperately need to stretch. Thank you again. Have a great day.